And welcome to the 18 WJTS News for Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam reporting. Yesterday, around approximately 6:40 a.m., the Dubois County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a personal injury accident with entrapment on State Road 162, just south of Old State Road 162. Upon deputies' arrival, it was determined that Brandy L. Lizana of Candleton was driving a 2019 Chevy Cruze and was traveling northbound on State Road 162 when he allegedly fell asleep, causing his vehicle to travel left of center and sideswipe a 2008 Volvo semi with a trailer being driven by Rolando Diaz of Jasper, which was traveling south on State Road 162. The impact of the accident caused Lizana's vehicle to go into a spin and continue north, striking a 2010 Volkswagen Routon being driven by Sherry Martineau, which was traveling south behind Diaz's Volvo semi. This Chevy Cruze being driven by Lizana came to a final rest off the east side of State Road 162 facing east. The Volvo semi came to a final rest on the west shoulder of the State Road 162 facing south, while the 2010 Volkswagen came to a final resting spot in the southbound lane of State Road 162 facing south. Two of the three drivers were transported by ambulance to Memorial Hospital for treatment, while the third driver refused treatment on scene. Brandy L. Lizana of Candleton was cited for driving left of center, and Sherry Martineau of Evansville was given a citation for a learner's permit violation. On Wednesday evening in Gibson County, a deputy conducted a traffic stop in a Jeep for speeding on US 41 near County Road 550 South. During the traffic stop, the deputy detected the odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle and began a roadside drug investigation. Once the investigation was complete, the driver, 38-year-old Timothy Ray of Evansville, was taken into custody. Ray was booked into the Gibson County Jail and is facing charges of possession of a Schedule II drug, possession of marijuana, and possession of a device to interfere with a drug screen. Yesterday, to celebrate America Recycles Day, Kimball's Corporate Recycling Center, in partnership with the Jasper Chamber of Commerce, held a public paper shredding day at the Recycling Center. They had a record day in the number of participants and materials received. 81 individuals dropped off paper products to be shredded during that event. A total of 5,419 pounds, that is 2.71 tons of paper, 205 pounds of cardboard, and 323 pounds of magazines and newspapers were collected during this event, for a total of 5,946 pounds collected. Assisting at this event was also Clint Buttery, Gerald Stratman, Bill Crow, and Ron Rothberger. They would also like to thank Miss Nancy Eckerly and the Jasper Chamber of Commerce for their support on this event. They'll be working with the Chamber to schedule additional events next year. Yesterday, the Indiana Office of Energy Development, or OED, announced a $1.46 million grant aimed at assisting local government units across the state to strengthen energy efficiency and conservation efforts. Funds are from the federal allocation to Indiana for the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant, that's EECBG program. Grant dollars may be utilized by recipients to increase energy efficiency and conservation in their communities. Categories include efforts in energy planning, energy audits, and efficiency upgrades for publicly owned buildings, and electronic transportation for communities. The $1.46 million grant available is set aside for local governments that were not allocated the EECBG formula funds directly from the U.S. Department of Energy. The Indiana OED develops and implements grant funding on a variety of factors with a focus on the state's 5 pillars of electricity policy: affordability, reliability, resiliency, stability, and environmental sustainability. Projects for this grant will have a 2-year maximum, but the Indiana OED is encouraging applicants to plan for a 1-year project duration. The deadline to submit an application is February 2nd, 2024, and information about the grant application may be found at in.gov. Thanksgiving is a time for families to gather. However, with more people on the roadways, there is a greater potential for crashes. That is why the Jasper Police Department is joining law enforcement agencies from across the state to make sure everyone gets to their destinations safely. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, impaired driving and fatal crashes spike during the Thanksgiving holiday. In 2021, 190 people throughout the nation died in alcohol-impaired driving crashes in the holiday travel period, ranging from the day before Thanksgiving to the Monday following Thanksgiving. The NHTSA data shows there are more motor vehicle traffic crash fatalities during the holiday periods due to increased travel time, more alcohol usage, and excessive driving speed. From November 2017 to November of 2021, 137 drivers nationwide were involved in fatal alcohol-impaired crashes on the night before Thanksgiving. In 2021 alone, 36 drivers in fatal crashes were alcohol impaired. The Jasper Police Department reminds people that impaired driving is a matter of life and death. Officers will be on the roads on high alert for impaired drivers. Motorists are encouraged to plan ahead to get home safely by designating a sober driver or by using public transportation or a ride-sharing service like Uber or Lyft. Never drive impaired or let friends get behind the wheel if they've been drinking. By working together, we can save lives and make sure there are no empty places at the Thanksgiving table this year. For information on impaired driving, please visit nhtsa.gov. And that's a final on your news for today, but stay tuned because weather is next.